Hola, ¿cómo estáis? Today, we are going to continue learning how to describe things that we usually do in the present tense using regular Spanish verbs. We will see the different verb endings that we use for a group of people. To say that we, nosotros, do something. To say that all of you, vosotros o ustedes, do something. Or to say that they, ellos, do something. Let's start with verbs which finish in AR. So if you want to say that we do something, you'll have to swap the AR for amos. So if you want to say we speak, you'll say hablamos. And we work will be trabajamos. We listen will be escuchamos. And we buy is compramos. If you want to say that you, all of you, do something in an informal way, then you'll put the ending of "-is" instead of the AR. So if you want to say you, all of you, speak, you'll say habláis. All of you work is trabajáis. All of you listen is escucháis. All of you buy is compráis. And if you want to say the same thing, but in a formal way, then you'll put an ending which is "an" rather than "is". So if you want to say you speak in a formal way, all of you, you'll say hablan. You work is trabajan. You listen is escuchan. And you buy is compran. If you want to say that they do something, you'll have to put the same ending than before, "an". So if you want to say they speak, you'll say hablan. They work is trabajan. They listen is escuchan. And they buy is compran. Let's see now the endings for verbs which finish in "er". So if you want to say that we do something, you'll have to swap the ER for hemos. So if you want to say, for example, we eat, you'll say comemos. We drink is bebemos. We read is leemos. And we understand is comprendemos. If you want to say that all of you do something in an informal way, you'll put "eis". So if you want to say you eat, all of you eat, you'll say coméis. All of you drink, you'll say bebéis. All of you read is leéis. And all of you understand is comprendéis. If you want to say the same thing in a formal way, all of you do something in a formal way, you'll put the ending of "en". So if you want to say all of you eat in a formal way, you'll say comen. All of you drink, you'll say beben. All of you read, you'll say leen. All of you understand is comprenden. And if you want to say that they do something, you'll put the same ending than before, "en". So to say they eat, you'll say comen. They drink is beben. They read is leen. And they understand is comprenden. And let's see now the verb endings for verbs finishing in "ir". So if you want to say that we do something, you'll have to put "imos" rather than the "ir". So if you want to say we live, you'll say vivimos. And we write is escribimos. For all of you, in an informal way, you'll have to put the ending "is". So if you want to say all of you in an informal way live, you'll say vivís. And all of you write escribís. And if you want to say the same but in a formal way, then you'll have to put the ending of en. So if you want to say all of you live in a formal way, then you'll say viven. And all of you write is escriben. And the last one, if you want to say that they do something, you'll have to say with the same ending than before, en. So you'll say for they live, viven, and for they write, escriben. As we discussed in our previous lesson, if you want, you can say nosotros hablamos instead of hablamos, or vosotros habláis instead of habláis, etc. But it is not necessary. Use whichever option you prefer. And to make negative sentences, you put no before the verb. For example, no hablamos means we don't speak, or no comemos means we don't eat, etc. And to make questions, you simply have to change the intonation of your voice. For example, ¿beben café? It means do you drink coffee? Asking two or more people formally. Or ¿hablan español? Do you speak Spanish? Asking two or more people formally. Without the change of intonation, we could, for example, say ¿hablan español? Which means they speak Spanish as an affirmative statement. Let's see some more examples with all these endings. So if you want to say, my friends live in Argentina, in Spanish you'll say, mis amigos viven en Argentina. And if you want to say, we don't drink coffee, you'll say, no bebemos café. If you want to ask the question, where do you work? And you are asking a group of people in an informal way, you'll say, ¿Dónde trabajáis? And if you want to ask the same thing, where do you work? But you want to say it in a formal way to a group of people, you'll say, ¿Dónde trabajan? Or you can also say, ¿Dónde trabajan ustedes? If you want to say, we buy fruit, you'll say, compramos fruta. And to ask, do you eat meat? In an informal way to a group of people, you'll say, ¿coméis carne? But if you want to ask it in a formal way, you'll say, ¿comen carne? Or you can say, ¿comen ustedes carne? Or you can put the ustedes in front. ¿Ustedes comen carne? And if you want to make a negative sentence, for example, we don't live in Spain, you'll say, no vivimos en España. This is all for today. I recommend that you try to memorize all the information from today's class and practice it alongside what you learned from the previous class. It is a good idea to make up your own practice sentences and refer less and less to the lesson notes as you write them. By repeating things over and over, you will start to remember more clearly and come to a truer understanding that will serve you well in real conversation. Try also constructing questions and answers with different endings. For example, ¿viven en España? No, vivimos en América. That means, do you live in Spain? No, we live in America. After a while, you will get quicker at this, and the endings will come to your head automatically. Have a nice week and see you next time. Adiós!